So he actually had those emails from him
Oh, yeah.
2 years prior, but he kind of brushed over the emails and didn't notice them. And then, so he could have blown Liver King out of the water 2 years ago.
Who's it?
So it's a guy named Derek from More Plates, More Dates. He's an endocrinology genius. Like, he's one of the leading guys that he's teaching doctors that have spent years and years learning about endocrinology. He's teaching them. And so Liver King actually sent Derek an email a couple of years ago, and he's like, hey man, this is what I'm currently taking. Can we connect so that I can like optimize this protocol? And Derek didn't see the emails until a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, and that's how it leaked.
That's how it leaked.
Damn.
Yeah. But I think, kind of like what you guys were saying, I feel like Liver King has done such a good job with walking the walk, right? He's still helped a lot of people as far as the mentality. There's a lot of young guys and even older guys that just need that kind of intense character in their life to like push them forward.
Bingo.
You know, it's huge, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same as Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
Like, I love Andrew Tate, dude.
Makes you think.
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
Gets you thinking.
Yeah, and that's all that really matters at the end of the day.
Everything was in like German and shit, but they only made like 46 of them or something like that year, whatever model it was. It was fucking sweet, dude. Whatever that
I'm a
was.
fan. I used to think Porsches were kind of like overplayed until I drove one. I was like, wow, I'm impressed.
I'd say my favorite supercar I ever got to drive, because my friend Christian Obendoor's family has every fucking cool car you can think of, was his dad's i8. That thing was fucking sweet, dude.
That's
BMW i8? Really?
Yeah, it was fucking... Dude, it was so fast that like I felt sick.
Whoa.
Because there's no transmission.
Have you
It's
been
electric.
in the Plaids yet?
Yeah, have you been in Tesla?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kevin's dad has the ludicrous version.
Yeah.
In fact, hopefully Eric doesn't watch this, but I drove that motherfucker before he did. Because he was in fucking, he was on a cruise when his car came in, because Tesla delivers them, you know? And he was on a cruise, and Kevin calls me. He's like, hey, my dad's Tesla's here. You want to take it out? Dude, the self-drive thing is sick.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
It's the dopest.
You're on the freeway. You can like text and like.
Dude, all you do is
shit
hit
done.
drive
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
love
because
it,
we
dude.
took that fucking thing out. Had a great night.
Missed you this morning.
I know, dude.
Come on,
Sorry,
man.
guys. Well, I'll get in on the next one.
Whatever.
Next Friday.
Yeah, same time.
Okay.
So put your alarm
Let's do
on.
it.
Because that shit was next level, huh? How'd you feel?
Dude, everything was running through my mind. And he brought up a good point. He said maybe that's why it went by so quickly.
Brain's just
Like,
racing,
what was
dude.
running through your mind?
Just like all the fear, all the being a little bitch, like jump out of the water, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Get out. Like my body. It was funny because you think of pain as like something that happens all at once, but it was almost like different, like, oh, this, your calf shocking you didn't get you out of the water, let's try this calf. And then it was
Whoa.
like, let's try this thigh. And then it was, you know, oh, that's not working, let's hit you in the fucking dick. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it was, you felt different spots at different times. So it was almost like my body was running through like, oh, well, this isn't getting you to jump out, let's go to the next part of the body, you know?
Wow, yeah. Yeah, because I could definitely tell you were in a lot of shock. Your breathing says it all.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could tell. That's why I was like trying to just, hey man, just let go, embrace it. It's not. It's just a sensation,
Right.
like sitting in the hot sun. You know,
Yeah.
it's just something that your body's not used to.
Yeah.
And like you said, which is so great, is that yeah, the body is in shock. So it's like, hey, what can we do to try to get you out of the water, get out of this? So let's put pain here or focus here, calf, foot, like. To me, like the alarm clock for me, that's why I got out, was just like once my hands got to that point, I was like, that was the alarm clock saying, okay, now I know my body is taking the limit. It's like filling up the gas tanks, like, oh, too much more and it might be detrimental. It's the law of diminishing returns, you know? So, but 3 minutes, dude, I mean, that's incredible.
It's a decent amount of time.
Yeah, for sure, man. But it's all about the breath, man. Just letting go, deep breathing, oxygenating the system, dude.
The breathing is the key, right? So what happens when you get into that cold is it starts to get real shallow, and then you're like breathing really fast.
Right.
So you got to do in through the nose as deep as you can, out through the mouth, and just keep doing that, and just don't stop.
It wasn't like an actual competition between Gary and I, but I was in my head. I said, I'm no matter what my body tells me, I'm not fucking saying I'm leaving first, right?
Yeah.
And I just kept to that, you know. I was like, no matter what, if I fucking die in here, I die in here. I'm not fucking leaving.
And that's a great strategy.
Yeah.
And that's something obviously that you, because like I'm fucking not competitive at all with others, but very much so with myself. So it's great that you had that strategy, because mine was just like, I'm fucking trying to be one with it, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's just my strategy. I know I got to do this. I'm already in. I've already hit peak pain. Like it's not going to get any worse.
Right.
So for me, it was like once I lost the dexterity in my hands, and like that's when it told me, all right, you're done for today.
Yeah.
Then I'm done. It's like fucking.
And I didn't like
check off the list.
I didn't voice the competition or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I just did it. Told myself that, like, no matter what happens in that fucking water, you're not fucking leaving first, because I think everyone's different, and that's what I'm gonna have to do with myself and everything,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think it's a great strategy that kept your ass in there, because like you were saying, like you wanted to get out.
Oh yeah.
How did that flowing water feel? Was it flowing enough under the bridge there, or was it kind of still? Was it moving?
I anchored myself. Oh, it's moving for sure.
Moving?
So the key is to like anchor yourself in.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So have you guys timed yourself before in like ice baths or anything?
I have.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's your longest?
It's like 4.5.
Really?
What about you?
About 14 minutes.
14 at what degrees?
About 32, 34.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because that's something that we did forget, was to bring a thermometer. I have a thermometer.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Damn.
That one was pretty wild, dude. I was just testing just to see, because I have a tub at my house, and so
What do you mean a tub?
I got a
Bathtub or
ice bath.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have like a trough.
Yeah.
And then you should get one for your balcony. So what you can do is you can just fill it up, leave it out on the balcony, and it'll freeze overnight. Then you go out there with a hammer, chip away at the ice, hop on in, dude.
Huh.
It would be difficult to do it on the balcony though, because how are you gonna?
That's a lot of weight.
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking weight. I would put
probably like 500 pounds.
For sure, man. Yeah. How many gallons is that? It's gonna be 100.
Yeah.
100 gallons of water. Water's so fucking heavy.
Yeah.
But I would just like put one in the garage.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as it's getting
Dump
cold
ice
enough.
in it. Yeah, 'cause it doesn't get freezing for sure. But
Yeah, it's easier.
or I
easier
just
when
go to
it's-
the river for now.
Yeah.
But wow, 14 minutes. So let me
14,
ask you
dude.
this, like, because again today, like what told me I'm done, and maybe again my mind was, man, complete like loss of dexterity in my hands, like burning, like that's what told me I'm done.
For me, it's 100% mind, right? And like if you see like what some of the monks do, like they're able to
Totally,
control
man.
the temperature in their hands. They're able to like make one hand hotter than the other hand, right? Just by thinking about it. And so for me, like it was just all mind, and I actually could have gone longer. That's the craziest part. Like it wasn't to a brink, like to where I was like freaking out or like in pain. I was like, all right, it's 15 minutes. It's about good.
Dang.
Yeah, it was wild, dude.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
we can do it again too. We'll film it.
Oh, for sure, man. Yeah, next week.
It's fun.
Yeah, every
Damn.
week, every Friday we're gonna do it at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's go time. Something turned up.
Get a crew going.
You guys were talking about the Liver King up there. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Oh,
Yeah.
no, because I actually want to use this in my next stand-up skit. Is I have so many friends that thought like, oh, if I eat fucking liver or testicles, that they were gonna just magically lose a bunch of weight and get fucking shredded. And I've known forever. There's never been a doubt in my mind that fucking Liver King was on tren and fucking growth hormones and shit, because.
Well, there's a whole list of what he
Oh,
was taking
yeah.
like 10 different things too.
Totally, but I'm just saying I've known forever that that motherfucker was on some shit. There's no way. But I find it funny, like it's almost like
knowledge as far as like working out goes, right? Because I've been working out for a long time. I know you have too. I know you have as well. But like in high school, I remember the first guy I talked to, you know, he was like, "Oh, bro, you got to run some fucking gear, you know, blah, blah, blah." And I wanted to put on some weight. Bodybuilding.com, you know, that was kind of like the bringer in, like the Spawn and the Sus 500 and shit like that. That was like the entryway to doing illegal, you know, doing steroids and shit. But, you know, I remember I ran Spawn and something else, and I put on like fucking 40 pounds in like one cycle or whatever, some ridiculous
like
amount.
3 months, yeah.
Yeah, but I was
what age?
18.
Oh, for sure.
But I was eating like full bowls of spaghetti and loaves of bread and like, dude, but just blew up.
Yeah.
And
but like blew up like in a, like not shredded, but like a.
I was not like cut, but I was strong as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
And I wasn't like fat by any means, but yeah, dude, I was, you know, squatting over 400 pounds a couple times. I was, you know, let's see how many plates I could throw on today.
Yeah,
We're like doing back pulls and stuff. Like, dude, just ridiculously strong. And, man, I just knew there's no fucking way that guy's natty, you know?
Right. The biggest telltale signs when you can kind of tell is people's shoulders. They'll be really rounded. So a lot of times shoulders is a really hard one to get like that round. And so that's kind of a real telltale sign is that separation between, you know, tricep, bicep area, and then the shoulder is usually really big. That's how you can tell.
Dude, my friend Randy, and I have never met anybody that has mastered working out as much. Like, dude, this guy knows so much about lifting. And I've had a lot of personal trainers that I've paid. In fact, Blake Bortles, Grill Zen, body mobility and stuff like that, that guy knows the most I've ever met. But Randy, as far as like lifting, just like little hacks, little things that he does. But his shoulders, never ran anything, and his shoulders are fucking yoked out. But he does like flag pulls and all sorts of shit. Like that stuff's crazy, dude. To think about like holding your body sideways without, you know, even though he's a short guy, like that shit's fucking hard, dude. Mm-hmm. And super hard. All his like muscle ups and stuff that he can do.
Yeah, that type of stuff.
Calisthenics.
Yeah, single arm pull ups and shit, dude. Like, dude, he's fucking strong, bro. It's crazy.
That's incredible.
Yeah. But the rest of his life is shit, you know?
I mean, here's the one thing about the Liver King, because regardless, like, I never really give a fuck.
Right.
I could care less.
Yeah.
But the one thing is, dude, the guy, he does walk the talk.
Yeah. And his message is
amazing. He works out twice a day.
Yeah.
Like, he fasts, 24-hour fast, I think once or twice a week. Like,
hey, but
besides
we can all
the gear.
We can all say though, Liver Queen, she ain't getting fucked, dude. He's running that much shit, dude. He ain't fucking her. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man.
Never know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just saying, you running that much shit, dude, it would be hard unless he's running fucking Viagra and shit, dude. I mean, there's guys here in town that run less than that are fucking can't get boners. You know what I mean? Lots of them. When I know them. You ain't running fucking 12 shots a week.
Well, that's got to be one of the ancestral tenets is banging out your old lady, dude. That's got to be connection.
It's the spiritual connection.
Yeah, for sure.
I think in everything, though, and I was telling, this is what we're talking about, is I wonder what point you get into, like, even being fucking in your basement, lazy piece of shit, right? Like, at some point, you just go, I don't want to fuck him, you know? And lifting is the same way. Working out is the same way. Like, I lift because I want to attract the best looking woman and I want to be successful. But at some point, people get so addicted to it that they don't give a shit about fucking anymore. You know what I mean? You see those big motherfuckers at the gym, dude. The biggest ones, they ain't fucking.
Yeah, they don't have as much desire, dude. Like
all they care about is lifting and eating.
If you're taking that much stuff, you're going to be a little bit hormonally imbalanced. And that's not to say for everyone, right? There's bodybuilders that are still, you know, totally sexually active in a healthy way. But a lot of times when you're taking that much stuff, man, like you're going to have side effects for sure.
But as much as, I mean, back to that point about the sex is that with as obsessed as he was about his hormones and his blood work, like, although, he was taking incredible amounts of supplements, I think overall it was balanced, you know?
Yeah, he was still doing a pretty good job even before. So do you know the whole situation of how it got leaked?
Yeah, I watched the More Plates More. I watched the whole thing.
So he actually had those emails from him
Oh, yeah.
2 years prior, but he kind of brushed over the emails and didn't notice them. And then, so he could have blown Liver King out of the water 2 years ago.
Who's it?
So it's a guy named Derek from More Plates, More Dates. He's an endocrinology genius. Like, he's one of the leading guys that he's teaching doctors that have spent years and years learning about endocrinology. He's teaching them. And so Liver King actually sent Derek an email a couple of years ago, and he's like, hey man, this is what I'm currently taking. Can we connect so that I can like optimize this protocol? And Derek didn't see the emails until a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, and that's how it leaked.
That's how it leaked.
Damn.
Yeah. But I think, kind of like what you guys were saying, I feel like Liver King has done such a good job with walking the walk, right? He's still helped a lot of people as far as the mentality. There's a lot of young guys and even older guys that just need that kind of intense character in their life to like push them
Bingo.
forward. You know, it's huge, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same as Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
Like, I love Andrew Tate, dude.
Makes you think.
Yeah, exactly.
Gets you thinking.
Yeah, and that's all that really matters at the end of the day. Like, I didn't actually make it all the way through the More Plates, More Dates because it kept coming back to me. Why the fuck do you care?
Yeah.
And like, I don't at the end of the day. Like, because dude, the message doesn't change. Like, even now, like, he's going on this PR tour because now he is apologizing and he's realizing, yeah, I fucked up, I lied. But then at the end of the day, yeah, you know, no one's perfect. And yeah, he did lie, but at the end of the day, he's helped so many people. It's like I don't care. Keep doing your thing, man. Keep eating those testicles, you know?
Well, and even those people I was saying that were eating them and not like working out and shit, they're still eating healthier food than they probably were before now that they're eating fucking testicles and liver and shit. That stuff's good for you.
Yeah, but I mean, this is like the analogy I use with my dad, you know? Because my dad, he'll drink a gallon of water, but then he'll drink a gallon of Coke. So it's like, dude, the Coke, it's like water is a 1, but a Coke is a -2. So at the end of the day, you're still a -1.
2 steps back.
Yeah. So even if you're taking, you know, liver and testicle and heart supplements, if you're still eating McDonald's and drinking alcohol and doing this type of stuff, like, it's still an overall deficit every day.
Do you see my post that I did? Would you take $300 million if you never drank? But the only thing is, you could never drink again. Dude, I had so many people message me, but and to me, it was just a test, right? So that test was that all of these, it's the same thing as crypto. Like, hey, you could be financially free if you invest in crypto, but everyone would just, if it was just given to them, they would give it up, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is if you just quit drinking, you have a better chance at making $300 million than you do if you're fucking drinking every night.
Totally.
Yeah. So just give it up and just fucking go out there and fucking, succeed.
Right.
Have a better life.
Right.
So how many people said it would be difficult for him? Was there quite a bit?
Nobody said it would be difficult.
At 300 million, it's like, if you can't stop drinking, you've got a real problem.
That is a real problem.
Big time.
What was the exact question?
Now, say $1 million. He said, for $300 million, would you quit drinking and never drink again?
Dude, I'd do it for $1 million easy.
Right.
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It's like, yeah, for sure.
But I think
the goal is to make fucking $300 million. That's why I'm giving up drinking, because I want to be rich. I want to be rich in life. I want to be rich in experiences. And man, being sober for this long has been amazing, because it's like, I don't ever, even on days that I like go out and have fun, I'm still up at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning working out and shit.
Right.
Whereas when you fucking drink, the next 3 days you feel like dog shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and look what you're even training yourself, like the other night, like at your shows. Like, old Ken would have for sure been having a drink to take the edge off, where it's now, it's like, it's not even an option. And you're going through the fire. You're doing what you went there to do, whether it's socializing or getting on stage, you're still doing it.
Yeah.
So you're reinforcing a whole new neural pathway. Like, hey, I can do this. I can go out and be social, because I'm going too. I'm going and I'm being social and I'm not drinking at all. So it's like just reconditioning that, hey, we're taught that it's like a social lubricant, it's acceptable, things like that, where it's like, dude, it's not.
The full question: you're offered $300 million, but you can never drink alcohol again. Can you do it? Question mark. And literally, dude, so many fucking people were like, "Oh yeah, I would give it up right now." Mm-hmm. It's like, dude, just give it up and make your life better. You know what I mean? That's the whole point of the question. The only person that got it though and messaged me about it was Kylie, our new Galactic member. She was the only one that got it. And then I got this big long fucking thing about how she needs to be doing better, and you know what I mean? But she was the only person that really got it. Everybody else was just like, I'd give it up, you know?
But it's also the concept of like instant gratification. Yeah, of course you say you're going to do it, but then when you pose it in a different way, saying, hey, just give it up and then go out there and work. No way. People don't want to go work hard. They don't want to change. They don't want to, start a business or a side hustle or anything else, They just want it. It's easy to say, yeah, you show me that check.
Yeah.
I'm willing to, I'll quit for sure. But I'm not going to put in the work first to receive the reward, let's say 5 years down the road.
But really, the reason I posted that is because I was thinking, this is the same thing with crypto, though. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
Yeah. Then this is why so many people are afraid of it, And it's the same, like, they're just so used to drinking right now. Even if they got that $300 million, I doubt that they would actually quit drinking, And, like, who would be able to prove it, Because who knows what they do by themselves.
Well, then, let's look at that question. When it does come to crypto, it's like, hey, would you invest $10,000 to make $1 million? But you wouldn't get the $1 million for 5 years.
Yeah.
Because that's all it is. Same. That's what, it's the waiting. It's the patiently waiting and going through the ups and the downs of life or the crypto market or whatever it is, Because it's the same thing, like, we can say, hey, going back to the .com bubble, knowing what you now know about Amazon, Google, those big tech companies, knowing what you now know, if you had a time machine, you'd go back and put everything you possibly could into it. Yeah. So it's just the same sort of cycle repeating over again, but with that cycle comes all of those same emotions. Cynicism being number one. It's too good to be true, or it's a scam. That's number one that comes up to people. Then it's the fear of loss. Like, hey, if I invest $1,000, I might lose it. But it's like, dude, you waste, going back to drinking. I would be curious how many people are spending $1,000 a month on drinking.
I spent way more than that.
Oh yeah. Think about on like Starbucks, dude. Like people spend $1,000 in 90 days. If you buy a $6 Starbucks drink for 90 days straight, that's $1,000.
Great point. Yeah, 100%. So it's like you're spending $1,000 on bullshit anyway. So there's this game that we're all playing because we live in a financial world. We're all playing the game of money, and everything counts. Every dollar you save or spend counts. So it's like if you don't train yourself to start playing the game to win, meaning you have to learn the fundamentals being saving and investing. There's a great quote by W. Clement Stone that goes, if you do not have the power to save and invest a portion of everything you earn, the seeds of greatness are not in you. So if you do not have the control over your own urges and your own impulses to save a portion of everything that you earn, you're never going to live a great life. Yeah. But you have to train it. Like, man, I didn't learn how to save money till I was 25 years old. Like, I was so bad with money.
I didn't learn until I was 33 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still learning. Yeah.
Still learning. So yeah,
Constantly.
it's all a game, but that's step one. Like, hey, if you can't get control of your finances and be mindful of it and put a portion of it away for the future, like, greatness is never going to come to you. Yeah. Never. That's like the lottery mentality. Like, hey, you're going to slip and fall into riches. Like, it's not going to happen. Yep. And if it does come to you in some sort of windfall, you will piss it away. You'll get rid of it because you, again, do not have those fundamentals to manage and to be a worthy steward of money. So yeah, it's all a game, you know. Just the same as like health, you know. That's why again, like the Liver King thing, like I could care less, and I think that especially now with the internet, people just they hook into these sensational stories because it's a way to get views and to get likes and to, you know, obviously get engagement in their communities. But at the end of the day, it's like, dude, he wasn't just injecting himself then overnight. It's like, dude, have you ever seen his workouts? Like, dude,
insane.
Yeah, most people could never do that. Like his sled pulls and all this shit he's doing.
Underneath the water poles. Like,
yeah, he's killing it. He's a monster. So to me, it's like he does deserve the results he's getting. And to me, because I mean, I've been using testosterone since I was 19 years old. And so for me, it's like, it's a supplement. Before, yeah, I was very ignorant to it, the same as you. Like, hey, I was just, when I first got into it was just to get jacked. But now that I'm 40, it's a supplement because as I've gotten older and because I started using it so early, that now my natural production of it has actually been hurt because of using it at such an early age. So to me, it's like, hey, I also use creatine. I also use God, go look on my, I don't even have room. It's all on my freaking kitchen counter of how many supplements I use. We supplement electrolytes. Mm-hmm. So it's, to me, it's, I call them super supplements. It's like, dude, you have to, like what you're talking about with peptides. Yeah, man. Me, I want so badly to go to Mexico and get some good ass stem cells. Like, it's supplements.
There's some places here in Boise now that do stem cells.
Yeah, but they can't do the same. Yeah. You can't, not even in America.
Yeah.
It's
different
totally,
process.
Yeah, for sure.
Probably way more expensive here too.
More expensive for sure in the States.
Nowhere near the, because they take your own stem cells.
No, actually, I think it's embryonic in Mexico, whereas that's...
No, I'm saying here. They take your own stem cells. Down there, it's embryonic, yeah. Yeah, down in Tijuana.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's way cheaper to even do it in Tijuana than it is here to grab your own stem cells.
Right.
Which is fucking insane.
And they're having miraculous results. So all like the UFC guys go to this CPI. Mm-hmm. It's incredible stuff, man.
Some pretty valid places down there. You know, you think Tijuana, you think Mexico would be sketchy, but there's some really high-end stem cell places.
Have you seen Dallas Buyers Club? Oh, really? You really need to watch that. It needs to go on the list immediately. Have you seen it?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Love
Dude, what a great movie. Yeah. But that's where they were getting peptides from. Mm. And since you couldn't sell them in the States, what Matthew McConaughey was doing was selling membership. And so all the people with HIV were buying this membership and then getting their fucking peptides. And he was bringing them over from Mexico. And, dude, it's crazy that they even made those illegal. Yeah, they're proteins. You know what I mean? Like
it's just like stomach enzymes like proteins that come from your stomach.
Dude, you still are not like they told me don't fly with these. My men's clinic that gave them to me, they're like, hey, don't fly with these because you could still get popped for them. Like you're still
not federally legal.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's what a crock of shit.
Crock of shit, dude.
That's just crazy. Not. Okay.
Give it another like 5 years.
Exactly.
It'll be good. One thing
people said that about weed fucking 12 years ago. Give it another 5 years, it'll be legal, dude.
But look how far we've come. Dude, I remember 2006 when I first started smoking weed. Dude, I never thought we'd be where we are today.
Really?
Oh my gosh, no. Never did I think that
I just feel like, man, just pull the Band-Aid off. You know, it's so crazy to me that like they're fucking... Just the other day they met, what was it, for like 12 hours about gay marriage still. It's like, dude, who fucking cares? Why are the economy's on its way to a collapse. Like, dude, they're just, it's like all they give a shit about is votes, right? Because in all these fucking dumbass people, it's like, I don't know, man. It's just.
But it's a matrix.
Yeah. Well, they should just use, like, say, for example, gay marriage or transgender stuff. I mean, they're already starting to do it now. But they should just use it as a reason to make money. Like, that's a whole nother subculture of people that they can make money off of.
You don't think they are already?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, they already are for sure. But they, like, why would you still even, like, vote against letting somebody like do the gay marriage thing. It's like, just make money off of them.
Well, at the end of the day, what I think is really going on is that the powers that be, the people who have been in power for, decades, for the last 100 years, that mindset, like, they're losing control. And so it's all about divide and conquer, Sun Tzu's, The Art of War, divide and conquer. And so their greatest tool is power, because power creates control. Fear creates control. So if you can divide the people by having them focus on these concepts and these ideals that really make no difference in your life whatsoever, but if you can get them to focus on it and then be divisive against each other, then they'll fight amongst each other, and then we can just take over. So to me, like, it's greater proof that, like, the Matrix, the old system that we've been living under, what I call the pillars on top of which our world is built on: religion, politics, money, sex, gender. Those pillars, those constructs, they are crumbling. And because they're crumbling, the Matrix, or that old system, it's fucking fighting tooth and nail to keep them in place. But at the end of the day, you cannot stop God. You cannot stop the will of the infinite that is obviously where the world is evolving. It's changing. And so you have these old geezers, dinosaurs. These motherfuckers are just old, decrepit scumbags that are trying to keep themselves and their system in power. And like you're saying, 5 years from now, like within 5 to 10 years, there will be a complete collapse of that system, When that happens, dude, I mean, it's going to get just crazy,
Yeah. That's why, I'm really... no sweets, I'm really buckling down even harder now, because I had that on Monday, had the bad numbers or whatever, it's like, fuck, dude, maybe one weekend I slipped, where I ate fucking dessert twice and ate outside of my 2 to 8 o'clock, and it jumped up that fucking high, it's like, damn, dude, that's crazy.
You talking about like blood sugar levels, or?
No, I just, I was in the 12% body fat, and then fucking, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 days I was like, oh, I'm 12%, been 12%. Started going out a lot that weekend. Not like drinking, obviously, but like Kate and I did dinner with our family. We did dinner with some friends, and it was like 9 o'clock one night that I ate, and I had a dessert and both nights, and I ate a lot of food that day, and then Monday it was like 18%. I was like, holy fuck, dude. Like, that's like 5 fucking days,
Was that what you call an empty measurement? Like, did you go to the bathroom number 1 and number 2?
No.
So you had that in your body.
That's going to affect body fat percentage?
Because depending on, like, did you do a full DEXA scan? Like, was it with the hand thing? Yeah. I know it can't. That
He's
could
fasted too.
That could affect it a little bit.
Yeah, I was fasted as well too.
Okay. So, like, anytime you do a measurement, you want to make sure it's an empty weight, just so there is no question. Right?
But at the end of the day, like you're saying, like, it's a wake up call. Like, hey, you need to take it to the next level.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I was thinking, before we went out last night, like, dude, I have a freaking tub of Reese's up in my laundry room right now. I have not touched a single one.
Yeah.
We got those before Halloween. I haven't touched a single one, man. And I was just like, I'm so dang proud of myself, Because it really is, like, I don't know what has happened, but I think it is the pursuit of, I want to connect to my greatness. I want to embody that. I want to experience what it's like to be my highest form. Talking about like Dragon Ball Z and shit,
Yeah,
in order to do that, like, you have to be willing to cut out the old shit, and even more than that, it's like that old self has to die. It has to just die and go away.
Yeah.
And in order to do that, like, you have to become a new person. You have to start doing new and different things, And it's subtle shifts. Like, what time am I waking up? Like, started doing push-ups as a part of my morning routine, you know? Like, all these different little things that I'm doing. Because now that, like, now that I'm seeing momentum in every area of my life, it's like, oh, okay, man, I'm doubling down. Like, how can I do even more? Like, how can I be more efficient? What actions can I take that will create even more effectiveness in my life, you know? In the pursuit of that higher self, you know?
Gotta eat testicles, man.
It'd be tough, dude. Because one of the first Liver King videos I saw was when he just took a full bite of a raw ball, and I was like, "Damn, bro!" I did, because the texture is what really did it for me. Because like just a solid bite, and it looks so dense,
dude,
like just a dense.
Gristly.
Have you been to the Rocky Mountain oyster?
I have not.
Ram balls?
No, I haven't.
I was fucking.
Those are deep fried, aren't they?
Not all of them.
Oh my gosh! Either way, dude. I mean, it's big. That's the size of a fist, dude.
I think I was like
an apple.
11 or 12. My maybe older, but my stepdad took me to that and didn't tell me it was balls. And I remember I fucking ate one, and he goes, "Dude, how was that? Ram's balls, you know?" And I was like,
I would prefer that. I would prefer to not be told what it is and eat it and be like, oh yeah, it was a sausage or it was this, that, or the other, than to know what it was. You know, ignorance is bliss in that case, you know?
Yeah. I think it's so funny how there's probably so many more guys after watching Liver King that are just chomping on nuts, dude. And like, think about their girls and their wives, right? They're like, God, your breath smells like testicles all the time. I think about it,
Go
dude.
scrape that tongue,
hilarious,
honey.
dude.
Yeah.
I know a ton of fucking people.
And then all these guys are all
going
sad,
and buy
like-
liver. Dude, this fucking place right around the corner, I've chatted with them. And actually, at the co-op, I was talking to one of the people that work there, and he's like, dude, we're burning through, because they have ground beef, grass-fed, you know, and they've been mixing in liver and balls
cool.
and shit.
Yeah.
And they said that motherfucker sells quicker than anything else now.
I would just take the capsules. Like, I've given you some,
Yeah.
the capsules.
Yeah.
Because Paul Saladino says that there's not that much of a loss in nutrients, raw versus cooked, raw versus, however
powder.
it's processed. Right.
Yeah.
Just probably dry, freeze dried or something like that. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, after today, jumping in that river, the more you like push yourself out of your comfort zone and get into pain and shit like that, that was physical pain. Like, taking a ball and taking a bite, you know, that's another type of pain that the more you can just get used to that, like pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, like what makes you, like you're doing on stage, getting on stage, you know, this week especially.
Yeah.
Like that was a whole nother level of pain, let's call it.
Totally.
Of being, you know, uncomfortable up there, you know.
Yeah, how was that? Was it like super intense?
Oh man, wasn't my best performance, but you know, I think before I wasn't very prepared for any of mine. Right, I just kind of went up there and wung it. But this last one, I was like, the vibe was off, you know, and because I wasn't prepared, you know, it just fucking sucked. So. I have to over prepare for the next one, because if somebody's fucking heckling me or talking shit in the back, you know, it's like fucking, you got to make it through that. There's other people like, dude, Bill Burr, there was times when nobody was laughing and shit. And,
oh yeah.
And he fucking just pushes right through like it's nothing, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
So just got to step it up a notch and practice an hour a day and work on all my shit instead of just going there and fucking making shit up while I'm there, you know?
Yeah, or like literally just relying on the fact that you have so many people coming. That's why they're mad, if you really think about it.
But I think that my show before that was funny.
But with all due respect, not funnier than Ian.
Totally.
So if it's really coming down to talent, like you won because you had the crowd.
Right.
Which is, there's nothing wrong with that because they don't do any sort of marketing on their own.
Yeah.
But if it was American Idol, there was only 3 judges, would you have won?
No.
So yeah, like I would be, if I were in their shoes, I can understand where they're coming from, because it's like you're not preparing. You're not really taking it as serious as they are.
Yeah.
You're just showing up to win. You already got in the bag, you know? because you got the votes.
Right.
Did
So-
you have some hecklers?
Yeah.
Really?
The last one. Yeah.
What were they saying?
Just
Just random stuff or what?
Just
one of the
fucking-
guys was just fucking pissed.
Yeah.
But the guy that went up before
Like
him,
mad?
oh yeah, because well, there were some girls, and then I don't know who else. But there was a lot of talking in the crowd.
he was a dick. I mean, dude, they were all dicks when I got there.
Right. Yeah. So they were. So they
They
were
were
already
already-
resentful.
Yeah.
Right.
They were already talking shit about the contest, like when I got there and stuff like that. Like,
Right.
From last week, everyone was in a good mood. Everything was cool. This week I came because they tell you when they call you, like who's in what place, and that Ian guy was in like 7th place or like something like that, which I don't agree with, but
Yeah. It's the name of the game.
yeah. And that's what Alex told everybody is like, hey, this is fucking based off what the crowd picks.
Yeah.
And the crowd picked not him,
Right.
you know? So it's like, dude, even though I thought he was the funniest, and I'm sure a few people did, there was other people in the crowd, like fucking Caitlin's mom didn't like him.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, because he was too inappropriate.
Right.
You know? And dude, that's the other thing too that I was like talking to him about, because I actually did fucking shrooms with this motherfucker that night. And the other comedian is dude, I would never go into the North End and fucking make a bunch of like political jokes about fucking Biden. You know what I mean? Like, you got to have a fucking brain, right? Why are you coming to Meridian, the most fucking Republican area in Idaho, and fucking making liberal jokes and fucking sex jokes and shit like that? I get that that's like your thing, but
But that is the crowd.
exactly. But Bill Burr fucking came to Idaho and was like, his everything was channeled at Idaho, right? He was making fucking jokes about Idaho, making jokes about California, making Biden jokes. You know what I mean? Like, if they really thought that they were prepared, they would have prepared differently for this thing. They didn't give a fuck. They do the same fucking skit every single fucking week. You know what I mean? So even though they're acting like they prepared for this and I'm not being prepared, at least I'm thinking like, what are these people going to think is funny when I'm like actually setting everything up? You know what I mean? I'm thinking about everybody in the crowd.
Yeah.
And clearly they're fucking not. You
But
know?
Judy is definitely not again, this goes back to that point of like Judy came to vote for you.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, like to me, like I would say that if we were to ask everyone that was there last week, like they did think Ian was the vast majority, because that's, dude, we all love dick and fart jokes, but she's not that type of person.
Totally.
So I think that she's like the exception to that rule, you know.
But there was a bunch of older people there last week.
They'd all mostly left by the time he went, though.
Oh.
Oh, for sure, they mostly left.
Yeah, I don't know. But all I know is he didn't even get top 5. You know what I mean? So
Well, yeah, because you already got the votes. But that goes to my point where I was saying to you is like, dude, if it weren't for your crowd, there would be no one there.
Yeah.
Dude, there would have been 5-6 people. So
Yeah.
it's like, there's such a tight, rope on the whole thing, because it's like that club is trying to hold comedy. They can't even get people in the door on a Friday, Saturday.
Right.
You're bringing the whole crowd. So it's like they wouldn't even have a show to come to, because I'm sure that the club would cancel it.
Yeah.
If like week after week, it's like 5 people showing up, like they're not even generating the money to pay the $1,000.
Right.
Like it wouldn't even be a good play.
Yeah.
So it's just a weird situation as a whole,
hack the Matrix.
For sure. You did hack it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now we'll see with them not calling back. Like, if they had like the Illuminati comedy meeting, like, dude, we can't have Ken.
Well,
That's why, like, if they don't call you back, I want to go there on Wednesday to see how many people show up.
yeah.
Because we're all there for you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking... Well, and the other thing is, too, is it's like, to me, you have a chance to get in front of a bunch of people that would normally not ever even go to a comedy club. You know what I mean? So it's so wild to me that these people are fucking pissed off at me. It's like, dude, you know what I mean? I just don't understand why me, myself, like if I went to any sporting event, right? And somebody was bringing a fuck ton of people to watch it, I would never be a dick to that person. I would try to like, you know what I mean? Like figure out what he's doing different. Cause dude, honestly, all I did was post on my Instagram and hit you and Andrea up.
I know, but that's their job. They need that money. So it's already a guaranteed loss. None of them are going to win the money. So well,
maybe, I don't know. They didn't call me this week. So
yeah,
I might not be in it anymore.
But that's when you're saying like, be grateful you're in front of a crowd. Like that doesn't matter to them. Like the crowd's only there for you.
Yeah.
So it's like they already lost. They've lost. Like that's their job. Like that's Ian's job. That's their job. They need that money, you know. To you, like $1,000, no big deal. Like to them, it means a lot.
Yeah.
So I can see again, like where their frustration lies. Like, dude, they ain't got a chance to get $1,000. And again, like even this week was a great point. Is that because we were all there to see you, especially the ones that really weren't there to see comedy, but were there to vote for you, they were the ones talking.
Yeah.
And that to a comedian, that's fucking disrespectful. That's why everybody, Luna, and then towards the end, every comic was saying, shut the fuck up. Because, dude, it was loud. It was obnoxious. Like, dude, these chicks in the back just cackling. And, dude, it was just not. And Ian was recording his set to use for whatever reason. So it's like.
Oh, yeah, dude. And I went up and told people to be quiet, you know, but.
Yeah.
I got no fucking control over them, you know.
Of course. No, it's just, I mean, it is what it is, you know.
Yeah.
Were they drinking too?
Oh, yeah. Well, they kept
were
running
giving them away.
Yeah, they were drink special after drink special after drink special. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, at the end of the day, the bar did this because they went to the bar and said, hey, we think we'd love to do this at your bar. This would be a great place to have, you know, a comedy thing. Yeah, because
it wasn't the bar's idea. Are they like a gang?
It's like, dude, like basically a comedy club. Because there's a couple places in town and they all perform like a couple nights a week.
Did you guys ever watch Arrested Development?
No.
The show?
No.
Such a good show. But there's one of the characters, his name is Job, and he's a magician. But the worst magician ever. Yeah. And he's against, like, there's this magician Illuminati crew, you know? And that just reminds me, he's like, is there like a gang? Like,
they hang out.
And they go to these different clubs?
Yeah. Sure. And they go to and they all fucking hang out. Dude, when we went to the fucking thing, to Roosevelt, they all hung out in like a little crew.
Oh, the whole comedy crew went to Roosevelt?
Not all of them, but a good portion of them.
Oh, did. Interesting.
Yeah. And I was like chatting with them. The fucking, the real big guy with the beard, he's the leader for sure.
The one that opened for Bill?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's the leader of the pack.
Oh my gosh, this is hilarious.
Yeah, he's the leader of the pack for sure. Because like everyone follows him around. Like,
dude, there's minions or
something like that. Yeah.
What?
But they all follow him around, and Ian fucking like I don't think that they do gay shit, but like he was like
swinging off his nuts.
Yeah, exactly. They fucking suck it because he travels and fucking.
He's making it.
He's making it exactly.
Yeah,
and that's all he does is comedy. So like he was in fucking Washington the week before that. He travels around the United States and actually lands gigs and shit like that. Whereas the rest of them fucking they don't land shit, you know.
Right.
But I understand now, and I talked to Ian about that because he said that he has a big problem with that. Like he just gets so angry with like the places that he goes to because they don't run it the way he would run it, or because that's what he kept saying. He's like, I was actually really mad because they pushed me back 2 people and they're fucking with my skit. And like, I was just like, dude, you're fucking self-sabotaging yourself. You know what I mean? Like, what are you so mad at them for? They've never fucking done something like this. You know what I mean? Volume 1 isn't a comedy club. Right. In fact, the guys that own Volume 1 have never even owned a club before.
Right.
What are you getting so angry about? And he's just like, I don't know, man. It's just not what I would do. I would run it perfect. And I'm like, then why don't you? You know what I mean? Like, it was so weird talking to him because he's the smartest man on the planet, right? And everybody else is retarded. Dude, that's just what I was getting from fucking talking to him. And I'm just like, dude, you live in your fucking mom's basement, bro. Like, you don't have a regular job. All you do is comedy. You have 100 followers on Instagram. It's time to fucking grow up, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I can't believe. And, dude, one thing that I found really funny too is like when I was chatting with him about it, his response was, "Everything I do is in the name of comedy." And I'm just like, "Oh, okay."
That's
like,
cool though. At least you know he's got that commitment.
Yeah,
because he
like,
is funny,
hilarious.
Yeah,
yeah.
So it's like, dude, yeah, but you like you're saying, like you need to fucking grow up and change your shit. You need to take this seriously.
Well, in politics, like, dude, you can't fucking be. He was like talking shit to Alex and fucking Arnell like that night, you know, and I'm like, dude, who fucking cares that they pushed you back to fucking people? He's like, they're throwing off my shit, you know. I'm like, God, dude, they moved me to the last person because they didn't want everybody to leave early.
Right. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, dude, when they just be ready when they call your name. What's the care what time what position you're in?
Yeah.
When they call your name, go up there and do the thing. All you need is a microphone and the speakers.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, and if his goal is to do it on a bigger scale, just imagine when things go awry on a bigger scale.
Right.
It's like you think your vibe's off here in a little, you know, chill little club, dude. Imagine, you know, an arena.
Yeah. Yeah, because that guy last night, the one that was there 2 weeks ago, the one that was the witch, the wife was the dude, bombing up there. Yeah. Bombing. Because it's like, I was even telling, dude, he wasn't funny. That week, I was blown away. He was opening for Bill Burr. It's like, dude, it was not funny. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't imagine that works anywhere.
Dude, and to your point, it's like, it was the whole Ford Idaho Center. It was packed. To bomb in front of all, I mean, telling jokes and just crickets.
Wow.
Dude.
Oof, that's painful.
Painful, right? Like, oh my gosh.
It's only funny now, thinking about it. You know, it's like, unfortunately, nobody laughed in the moment, but they all went home laughing at you.
I mean, there was a couple people laughing, but yeah, it was dead as fuck.
But to be up there for him, like, can you imagine going home after that and being like,
he's still hurting.
Oh yeah, dude, he's hurt for sure.
He did. That's the third time I've seen him, and all three, word for word, didn't change anything. Right? Nothing changes. It's like, man, you go to a fucking comedy club in Meridian and nobody laughs, you'd think that maybe you would make some fucking changes, or you know what I mean?
Oh, like,
tweak it a little bit, because the Ford Idaho Center is not going to be any different than Meridian, you know?
No, it's just a bigger scale, like B was saying. It's like, dude, if the
But
club's not laughing, the arena's not going to laugh.
But what the big guy told me is that they mostly only ever perform in the North End. So you have a very fucking like skewed idea on what, because dude, I guarantee you people in the North End think the fucking witch thing is hilarious.
We got to go find out what club they're talking about, the North End.
Oh,
like
Lakewood.
On 13th?
Lakewood, and then there was another one. I got to find out what the other one was, but the only one that really chatted with me was that man dick guy or whatever. The fucking crackhead Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Dude,
he
he got
look like it.
Dude, that fucking big guy, that motherfucker can drink, because they had
saying that.
Buy one get one half off Mac and Jacks or whatever. We talked for 30 minutes. He drank 6 fucking beers, and he kept
big ones too, like 20s or
no, they were the 16 ounces.
Oh,
or whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
Still.
But
yeah,
dude, he fucking, after every time because dude, one drink, half a beer, next drink, gone, next beer, right? And every time he'd be like, "Are you sure you don't want a beer?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude."
Trying to recruit you.
Yeah, fucking, it was so what. And I'm sure that there's some shame when you're like talking to somebody,
just
pounding beers, dude, because you got to be an alcoholic to fucking drink like that. You have to be, right? So I'm sure there's some fucking like switch in his brain that's like makes him feel comfortable. Like, oh, well, I offered him beer. He said no, so now I'm on to the next one.
As soon as you say yes to a beer, then he gets reassurance that it's okay for him to do that. Yeah.
That's so funny is that you just did that little adjustment. There's a lady that had a whole skit on that, how it's like socially acceptable, like in corporate America, for a dude doing like standing in front of the whole office.
Ball adjustment.
Yeah, dude, it was hilarious. She's like, if I pod my cooter or something, oh my gosh, it was so funny. Dude, she was like doing all the things that we do, like the curtsy, the little curtsy to like adjust your balls. Dude, she's like, oh, and the guy will be like fully like, oh my, just seeing my pocket was inside out. She's like, you're doing a full keynote presentation in front of the whole company, just full on grabbing your junk. Oh,
you know,
dude, that was
what
hilarious.
That is funny, but it's funny to me, some of the things about comedy, because there was another girl that was like talking about, she was in a fucking business meeting and some guy told her it would be better if she smiled or whatever. I'm like, dude, that chick's never worked in a fucking business office ever her entire life. You know what I mean? Fucking, because I was in that back room because all the comedians were dicks to me when I was on that side, you know? So I went to the back room to work. And dude, she probably had 15 fucking cigarettes. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way she's ever been in a fucking business meeting. She's worn the same outfit every single fucking show, you know? She definitely fucking bottom feeder, you know?
Oh my
and so,
Lord.
like, telling these jokes, it's like, dude, I know that they think of these jokes, but I think the reason why the people that were there the week that I actually like had a full set, you know, where I did the 4 minutes or whatever, were laughing is because these were real life experiences from me. I think that a lot of those people are getting up there and telling jokes that they've never actually experienced. You know what I mean? And that's why it seems so fucking fake. Like, I mean, even the witch guys, like I have a hard time believing any of those fucking stories, like about his kid coming out to him as a Christian and shit. Like it just seems so fake, you know? Same thing with like online YouTube videos, you know? Like why are you trying to be something you're not, you know?
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's why Bill Burrs are so fucking funny, because they're real life instances that everybody else goes through, and you know that that motherfucker went through it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But like her talking about being in business meetings and shit, it's like, come on. You're not in fucking...
To that point, though, man, and that's why I told you, like, before the first show is, like, any of the best comedians are always master storytellers.
Totally.
And, like, man, if you could just harness some of those stories from knocking doors, dude.
Yeah. Well, I was saving the knocking door shit for the finals.
I know, but you could have... It's leading every one, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. Especially like talking about like wanting to do a show and stuff like that. It's like really, what are like if there's 5 weeks, it's like, what are your 5 funniest stories, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Because again, like Bill's talking about doing mushrooms or any of those, they're just stories.
Yeah.
But, you know, dramatizing them and, you know, making them funny, that's the key to comedy, you know?
Yeah.
The best is they're just telling stories, like you said.
Yeah.
It's not like trying to like create a canned joke, but it's just like, because when we can relate to it,
yeah,
and then we can, you know, laugh at it, that's what good comedy's about, for me at least.
But I also think, because you just said a magical word, right? Relate. I don't know how many people could actually relate to those door-to-door stories. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people have done it.
Well, but people have had people come to their door.
Right. Or everybody's
Everybody's
been
had
sold
somebody
something.
knock on their door.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or everyone's had like a wild night. Tell about the limo driver. Like it doesn't have to be like exactly knocking doors, but just like adventures and funny
While I
stories.
was doing that, yeah.
Right. Because
Gotcha.
that was such a, you know,
Living out of extended stays.
Right.
Every day was a fucking adventure for me.
Right. You know? Even that's your opening going into it. Hey, when I was, you know, 19 years old, I went and knocked doors. I was living out of extended stays and just the wildest time of my life. Like there was this one time that boom, and then you're going into your joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. They're just, to me, like, then those guys they would still be mad because the crowd was still yours. But then it's like, to me, a lot of the disrespect comes from they didn't respect you because they don't see you as like a comedian. Mm-hmm. Like that, again, it's like that's their job.
Yeah, that big guy though, he said that a lot of people quit because of the other comedians. Like a lot of people try to come out.
Oh, for sure.
And because it's like such a fucking tight knit, like such a, he's like, dude, he's like, cause him and I had like no one else was a part of the conversation. He said that it happens a lot where people like come in and then because, you're new, like nobody likes you, you know, he's like,
for sure.
moving
You're
into
a threat.
Yeah. And so he's like, all these people are just fucking jealous because he's like, I got to tell you, he's like, some of those things you said in just that fucking 10 seconds were fucking hilarious. And then he's like, and you already have this swag. He's like, all of these people have no fucking swag. And he's like, me, myself, he's like, I would be even more famous. He's like, but I'm fucking 400 pounds, you know? He's like, cause a lot of people think I'm hilarious, but he's like, I'm 400 pounds and ugly. He's like, if I looked like you, I'd be fucking famous already, you know?
Dude, but even that statement's such a limiting statement because that's a part of his character. Like he should be leaning into that even
There's
more.
a lot of heavy comedians and they just crush
for
it.
sure.
Right?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that, you know, because he brought up fucking Chris D'Elia and fucking Dave Chappelle. He's like bringing up all these guys. He's like, they're attractive people, you know?
But are they?
Gerard. I mean, they're not.
Most, like when I think of most comedians, they're not.
Dane Cook, Gerard, fucking Carmichael. Like those are all. I don't think they're bad looking
there's
guys.
levels to it. But.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not fucking supermodels. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, they don't have the fucking jawline.
Like Sam Kinison though, ugly as fuck.
Yeah.
Hilarious guy.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean,
Typically, the best comedians
George
are kind
Lopez.
of like more average-looking people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's harder to relate to, you know, somebody who's like a 10 on that scale. You know, it's like the unless they're just super funny, obviously, then you're still gonna hit. But like the general public, it's sometimes harder to relate to that level, I guess.
I signed up for the retreat.
Did you?
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Sweet, dude.
I'm
You
excited.
What
In fact, it's
retreat?
on my-
We should get you in there too, dude.
Yeah, dude, 19th through the
You should come,
22nd,
man.
dude. Yeah, our buddy Travis has a cabin up in at
Donnelly.
Cascade, Donnelly,
Yeah.
and does like a entrepreneur retreat.
So there's going to be 15 guys. Most of them are in the $1 million range. They've created their own companies. They've sold their own companies. But it's called a no pitch event. So basically, we're just going to have fun, man, and connect and kind of get back into that childlike nature. It's gonna be really cool, man. We got like 6 snowmobiles, hot tub, sauna, cold plunge. We're gonna get out into the lake there. There's a whole list of things. Private chef. It's gonna be awesome, dude.
How much does that cost?
It's 1,200.
1,200. Oh wow.
Oh, but when's your trip?
For
Portugal.
January 7th through the 23rd or something. like
23rd.
that.
Oh yeah, so you're gone during it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it ends on the 22nd. But yeah, I mean, the last one you guys had, like, it looked like a lot of fun. So it was at
dude.
this end of summer.
It was so cool. They had we had all the supercars up there. We were going to different restaurants. We had the UTVs. We did sound bath. We did bunch of
Boxing or Muay Thai or striking or whatever.
did some
you guys were
sparring
doing.
and stuff. We had a coach from SBG Combat come up.
Oh, really? Who?
It was Noah.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, yeah, because Noah works with
Yeah.
Jags.
Yep. And then we had private chef, and yeah, it was epic, man. It was super. What would be the word? It was just so much fun, man, because a lot of these guys spend so much time on their business and stress and all that kind of stuff, and for them to be able to just go up onto the lake and just chill with a bunch of bros and like just have a good time, dude, it was epic.
Yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to
I'm
it.
glad you're gonna make it.
Yeah, hell yeah,
It's gonna
man,
be good.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome, man. Yeah, stuff like that. I mean, you can't put a price on it.
Yeah.
Like retreats like that, like, man, I used to be really big into it, like just going at least once a quarter I'd go, to a big event. Like we were talking about with the Arrow, that's like a 3-part. There was the first one's like a weekend retreat that was here, and then there was like another one, I think it was like a 5-day that I went to, and then after the 5-day, it was that 7-day.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So just like going through the whole process of, and then just immerse, because again, the first one was here, but then they had a whole ranch in Northern California that you go to for the other two. But I mean, just the immersive events that you would do. Like there was one you had to wake up at like 4:00 in the morning, and they put a blindfold on you, and we had to hike up a mountain. They already had it mapped out with just rope. Oof. So you had to hike you didn't know what you were doing though. Blindfolded, we hike all the way to the top, and then once we get to the top, they're like, okay, take off your blindfold. Fucking epic sunrise. You're just like, dude, because going through it, like you have no sight. Mm-hmm. So all of like the shit in the water's coming out. All your shit's coming out. You know, you don't know where you are. You have no sensory perception, you know, so it's just testing yourself.
Find a spot and do that this year.
Oh yeah, man.
I'd be down to fucking do something like that. That'd be sick, dude. I remember what was it, my senior, maybe not my senior camping trip, but a camping trip I did with my friends. Two guys, my buddy Marshall, my buddy Levi, and I decided we were gonna fucking climb this mountain in the morning. And fuck, dude, there were so many times where all through, like, it was like we took turns, like, well, maybe we should fucking turn back, you know, and the other two like, no, dude, we're going to the top. We all said we were going to, but it was like each person took their shot at like, I think I fucking heard a mountain lion, you know, like just shit like that, you know, like all the way up to the top. It was like two of us had to negotiate with the other one, like, no, dude, we said we were going to go all the way to the top. And we made like a little fucking chintzy flag and fucking threw it down at the top when we hit the top.
Nice.
But, dude, it was weird. Like all the shit that goes through your mind. And it's like, you know, we would take like a little break and somebody would be like, man, we went far enough, you know, like, sure. And we're like, no, dude, we said we were going to go to the top. But it wasn't like it was just one person the whole way up, right? It was like everyone took turns being that guy, and the other two had to be like, no, dude, we're going to the fucking top. So yeah, it's weird how your mind works, you know?
Yeah, how often are you doing that every day?
Yeah, all the time.
Exactly, yeah. So I think the more often you jump in the cold plunge or you do these things, then the stronger that voice gets.
Yeah.
To overpower the little bitch, you know?
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's like fucking David Goggins says, all day is negotiations in your fucking head.
100%.
Yeah.
Gotta have that warrior self-talk, man.
Right, man.
Every fucking, like, oh, I'll just do this tomorrow, you know? It happens so much. Or I told you, even with the totes, that one day, man, it was so weird. And then I got to one point where I'm just like, I drove all the way to my storage unit and forgot my fucking cell phone, which I never fucking do. And then first thing that popped in my head was, oh, well, I guess just do it tomorrow, you know, just go meet your family. And then I was like, no, dude, I fucking did all of this shit, fucking hiked it all the way down 3 flights. You know what I mean? And it was just...
You were at the storage unit to drop the totes off?
And forgot my cell phone.
And then wanted to turn around instead of just unloading the totes?
Well, because I didn't have my key code to get in. It was a Sunday, really, so they're not open, so I couldn't just get him to go open the gate. So I had to drive all the way home. Right. But at that point, I'm like, dude, I've already won this negotiation with myself a million times, and this was just
another battle.
Whatever my ego was like, fuck Ken, he doesn't need his phone, you know? Like, it was almost, I don't know, it was so weird to me because it's like something in me, I never forget my phone, ever.
Right.
That never happens, right? And then just this one fucking time that I knew on Sunday that there's nobody in the office, you know, to open the gate for me. It's like, now all of a sudden I forgot my fucking cell phone, you know? It's like, this motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, that's incredible, man.
Yeah.
It's just testing you.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Like, oh, you want to be strong? We'll make you weak, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
Or even like you unconsciously even did it to yourself. Like
totally.
Yeah, because you said in the very beginning, like, I'm going to win this mission.
Yep.
So setting up all these obstacles to be like, let's see if you really will.
Let's see if you got it in you, buddy.
Right.
Yeah.
Then that little bitch comes rearing its ugly head saying, oh, let's go do this side or the other.
Oh, my pussy hurts.
Right. We'll do it next time.
Yeah. Dude, it's crazy, man. It's crazy because, like, once you start playing this game, you start seeing these things, though, you know? These things happen.
Oh, yeah.
Like, going to the gym, you know? It's like, this last week, I went to the gym every day, right? But I had homies that would bail out or back out on going to the gym or whatever, you know? It's like, fuck, dude. Or Kate keeping me up till 1 o'clock in the morning fucking arguing about the trip coming up here. And I'm just like, dude. And we really dug in deep on that car ride home because Andrew was right. I have to find out why she felt insecure about it, right? And it's because she doesn't travel. She's never had to book trips for herself, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Her parents have always paid for every fucking trip. So she just shows up and the place is already there.
Right.
Never had to buy her own plane ticket, right? Fucking parents buy the plane ticket, you know? So it's like, she's probably insecure, you know? And that's why when I fucking was like, why are you trying to book our fucking trip on Priceline? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? You know, like everybody knows not to fucking book a hotel on fucking Priceline, you know? But she doesn't because she's never done it. So,
yeah, man. So that traveling will really get you out of your comfort zone, even from that point, you know?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I didn't even think about it because I'm so used to traveling.
Right.
You know, like I've done it a lot. You know, and I know that in January, like places will fucking drop their pants, you know? It's like, dude, you can get the sickest fucking rooms for very, very cheap because you just call them and they're like, oh yeah, we have nobody staying at our place. We might as well hook this guy up. And you throw in like a little, hey, it's our anniversary or something, you know, and they fucking put flowers on the bed or whatever. But she doesn't get that because she's never traveled, you know?
Yeah, doesn't know the tricks of the trade.
I negotiate with fucking Costco. I don't fucking do it online. I call them and just say, hey, you can give me a great deal. I'll fucking Venmo you $100.
Right.
And the person at the place is like, oh, okay, this guy's fucking, you know what I mean? It's just weird how some people don't know that stuff because she's never traveled.
Oh, yeah, it's a new game she's playing, you know?
Yeah, totally.
So when we first play a new game, we're fumbling around. Obviously, her games are coming out, you know?
Yeah.
Fear, worry, anxiety, insecurity, you know?
Yeah. Well,
it's
and
like,
she's never had to rent a place before because her parents always fucking did it. And I'm like, your dad probably does the same things I'm doing, right? But she never sees that side of it. She just shows up and goes, oh, wow, this place is fucking sweet.
Right. Right.
You know?
But also, like, how long have you been doing it?
A long fucking time.
Yeah, exactly. So for us, it's like, dude, it's nothing.
Yeah.
You're the type, like, I'm literally the guy. I show up to the airport. Hey, trying to get to fucking Colombia. What do you got for me?
Yeah.
Yeah. But like women or anyone like that has that high need for security and certainty, it's like, dude, that'd drive them out crazy, you know?
Right.
Dude, I went to Peru, no reservations. Went to France, dude, Argentina, no reservations.
Every trip
nothing.
I've ever done has been that way. Because, dude, I don't ever know what I'm going to be doing. Because I'll meet somebody at a fucking bar.
100%.
Dude, I was on a fucking bike ride and ended up staying at some farm for fucking 3 days and like drinking and partying with some fucking people in New Zealand. Like, you never know what the fuck you're going to end up doing. You know what I mean? I've met people and ended up in a totally different country like a week later with them partying and stuff, you know? It's like, that's the best part about traveling.
Right.
I love that shit.
But that's almost like, because what you guys are doing, and especially what Kate wants to do, is not what we like. Because that's an adventure.
Yeah.
We're going on a fucking adventure.
Right.
Like, I can see, like, that's why I really empathized with her last night. Because, like, I know what she wants. Like, she wants to take photos. She wants it to look fucking however she wants it to look. Like, me and you, like, dude, we're fucking just going to show up, you know? Fucking guns a-blazing. Fuck no, dude. She's like, oh my God, no way. Like, I don't think most women are like that.
I'm a fucking Viking, dude.
100%.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I'm going there to rape and pillage, dude.
Yeah, dude. What's the worst that could happen?
Dude, yeah. It's fucking crazy.
I mean, but again, like Andrew brought up, it was a good point. It's like, dude, it's a great like game for your guys' relationship.
Right.
It's going to really push you guys, stretch you guys, because you guys have to problem solve together. You know, you're going to be in another country. They're speaking another language for the most part, you know. Yeah. It's a fun game, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. But yeah, I just had to dig deep and find out. I'm like, what are you so worried about? You know, like what I guess I just have never been worried at all. Like, not stressed out about any trips I've ever done ever. You know, like I just don't understand being worried about something. It's just like, well, what if we like don't get to do something we want to do, or you know? And I'm like, what is that? Like, I
Why are you worrying about that now?
Yeah,
Worry about it when it comes time.
Yeah,
exactly.
In the moment.
Yeah.
You're
She's like, I just want to have the most
You
fun
didn't want to
trip.
do it bad enough then.
Yeah. She's like, I just want to have the most fun trip I possibly can. I'm so excited. And I'm like,
Oh man, that's just like setting like such high expectations, you know? It's like just saying, hey, I'm gonna have fun no matter what happens.
Exactly. Your mindset is what makes it fun. Like,
Yes.
you can literally
You're so uptight about everything has to be fucking perfect. Like,
well, and that's
it's
what I
not
told
gonna
her.
be
I'm
fun.
like, after she said that, I'm like, then I don't want to fucking go because, or we're never going to live up to your expectations. She's like, I don't have any expectations. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You're trying to plan out, dude. She wants to make an itinerary for what we do every single day while we're there. And
That's
I'm
girls,
like,
man.
I do not want to fucking go on this
And
trip.
she wants
with
to
that.
have 3 different outfits for each day. She
Yeah.
wants to make
Oh
sure.
my gosh.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. It's got to be perfect.
Wowzers. That'd be real hard.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Dude.
There's-
Whoa.
They take it to a whole nother level, man.
Perfection's the thief of joy, you know?
Yeah.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
Holy
As
shit.
soon as you have no expectation, that's when the amazing stuff happens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're just so focused on that plan, it's like you're not seeing all the other opportunities that are just all around you, you know?
Yeah.
Dang.
Like when I went and did a job for Travis down in Phoenix, that was such a cool thing. It's funny. So his assistant Darian hit me up and he's like, "Hey man, so we're going to Arizona." That's all that I knew. I didn't know anything about the whole thing. I literally just showed up at the airport and I was like, "All right, let's do this." And so it was literally just go with the flow the whole time and end up being.
But that's how I
just
lived my
epic.
whole fucking life, dude. I
Yeah.
sold door to door for 4 years. I had no idea where I was going to be, no plan. Like, my boss would be like, hey, come stay with me for a couple of weeks. I would, you know, like, dude, I never, ever, when I was younger, planned anything out at all, which is, you know, I guess kind of bit me in the ass a little bit now because I didn't save and I didn't invest, you know, which I should have. But man, I have so many fucking cool ass stories and I don't regret any of it. You know, it's like, I don't know, man. I just can't imagine planning out every day on a fucking vacation. That sounds fucking crazy to me, you know?
I think there's like a time and a place to plan, right? So like a little bit of structure is good, but also like having that freedom too, like, because it can change in any moment. You could totally have a plan and then like you say, oh, well, look at that over there, let's go there.
Right.
You know?
Dude, I fucking met Jimmy Buffett and went partied on his fucking yacht, dude. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know what you're gonna fucking end up doing, you know? It's like, dude, I was in fucking I was in Sag Harbor, went to the Legionnaire, and I fucking saw this old dude with a bunch of hot young fucking foreign chicks, and and there was like 3 old dudes, and we're playing a drinking game, right? And it had a string hanging from the ceiling.
The little ring on there too.
Yeah, a little ring. Oh, and actually, we weren't at the Legionnaire. We were at the Irish pub on there. That the twins that worked there, or their family started that fucking pub 200 years ago. And we're trying to hook this hook on the string on the fucking hook on the wall, right? Mm-hmm. And I have no idea the rules to this day, but every time anybody did anything, everybody was drinking, you know? It was fucking fun. And then he's like, hey, do you want to come party on the yacht? You're a pretty cool guy. I was like, yeah, for sure. Fucking get there, and it says Margaritaville 1. And I was like, damn, man, you must be a huge Jimmy Buffett fan. And he's like, I am Jimmy Buffett. And I was like, no fucking way. And then I told him that, like, my parents used to play his music to put me to sleep when I was a kid because I had colic and shit. And, like, we just chatted and, you know, we had a great fucking night. Yeah. But
I am Jimmy Buffett, man.
Dude, that's badass.
That's hilarious, dude.
Yeah. But, dude, who would have fucking known, you know? And, like, the rest, if that guy would have been like, hey, you want to hang out for a week? Anything I had planned would have been canceled immediately, you know? But, I mean, it didn't happen, but it would have been fucking cool to keep partying with that guy, you know?
It's epic.
Yeah.
You guys want to go get lunch?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Nice.
Tyler
All right.
coming?
Yeah.
Nice.